something very readable. Slow motion, you know what I'm saying? Slow motion better than no motion. Remember that. That's free game, actually. That's free game. That's free game.
Yeah. If you ain't chasing this money, then I cut you off like it's nothing. I'm more focused and never no bluffing. Cause I can't see my family struggling. Hell nah. Run it up fast. Stack it up, get in your bag. Hey.
Just give me my money.
Hey. Ain't nothing but hard workers and playmakers that I really be around.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Simon Parker here. We're back with another Sauce Cutz bowling video. Today, I'm excited to bring you the brand new official bar review of the Origin EX by 900 Global, aka Big G. Big G, man. You know how I call it Big G. You see it, Big G. Man, Origin EX, y'all know how I feel about the Origin EX, bro. Like, this is, yeah, you know how I feel about my first Origin. My same ellipse core, wrapped in the AI outer shell. So the good thing is you're still getting that big ASIM weight block, but the thing about the ellipse core has the continuous properties of a symmetrical core, but being big. The way it's designed, the design intent, that, you know, they did all that, the science. But with that being said, wrapped in the AI outer shell, but this time we have a weaker cover. And what I like what 900 Global is doing is, on the 900 Global side, they're filling the gaps where we had the RB93, and now we drop it down to that, you know, RB89. And then we had the Zen 25 that said, I want to say RB83. So it's stronger than the Zen 25 cover stock wise, but weaker than the original Origin cover stock wise. But that's where that surface prep and all that comes into effect. We're gonna dive into that. But like I said, Origin EX, man, I'm excited about this. A lot of people didn't like the pour, you know, like they didn't like it, but I actually like it. It's not bad. I guess I didn't get a bad pour, you know. It's not bad. I like it. Specs of this bowling ball is we have a 248 RG, I believe. I throw 60 pounds, so I think mine's a 248 or 247 with the 050 diff, with the 020 int diff. Again, big ASIM. But the good thing about it is, again, it's continuous. Most big ASIMs kind of, they go and check up and stand up, where the ellipse core in this in the Origin and the Origin EX, they got the continuous properties. So that's important, and we're going to get into that later. But so yeah, I like it. RB89 cover stock. Yeah, man, I'm excited. And I got a lot to compare it to today. I got the RC Hyperdrive, I got the XL, I got the original Origin, of course, the Physics Blackout, the Gym. I also have my Ion Pro. There's a reason I have that, and I'm gonna talk about that later as well. So, man, we got a lot to tackle today. So one thing I like about what 900 was doing, they're kind of filling the gap. So with this new cover stock in the RB89, like I said, weaker than the original Origin, which is RB93, stronger than the Zen 25, which is RB83. Now on their side, they're filling the gaps, but in the grand scheme of the SPI, Storm, Roto Grip, 900 Global, is now getting to the center of like splitting hairs. Okay, so there's certain bowling balls that's out there now that you be like, well, you know, how does this compare to this? How does this compare to that? And we're going to talk about that. So today we got a lot to unravel. Before we get started, always want to give a big shout out to B&B Lanes, located here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Big shout out to my PSO, Andrew DeJanes. As always, stop by. We're here. Come to the pro shop. Ask for him. Ask for me. We got Dub in there. We got Nick in there, man. We got a great team of people. Positive, fun atmosphere. So yeah, man. I'm excited. We got a lot to unpack. We got a lot. Because apparently people don't know ball motion or when the ball burning up. So let's get into it. Let's do it. I'm gonna have the Origin EX. I'm gonna start. I got a question. No, this is a genuine question. Why do y'all like that? Like, why do y'all like when somebody get the ball, start right, and throw up the boards? Like, I genuinely want to know, because I'm like, I never understood why. But I'm about to do it. Let's do it. Try it. Like I said, we're gonna try it. So, Origin EX, smooth, predictable. Okay, score of 10, flatten the hand out. Get out of the way. So, yeah, I don't know. I did it, so I can't say I didn't do it. I like it though, y'all. I like smooth. It's very smooth, controlled, readable, predictable motion. Like, you know what it's gonna do. Like, it reminds me of something that we're gonna talk about. I got it down there, and it's the reason I got it down there. We're gonna talk about it. So, saying about 30, eyes at 15 now. See what happens. Let me execute that just a little better. So I'm gonna execute that one just a little better. So like I said, starting about 30, I was about 15. Smooth, round. I probably can move a little bit more left. So I'm gonna move left off that one. See what happens. And this is good. I guess you can see the range, but I guess you don't need to see the range from that so far, right? I guess, I don't know. So I'm about 37, I was about 20 now. Man, I like it. It's like smooth, predictable. It's not too much. It's not too over. It's not too under. It's easy to read. It's one of them bowling balls. Is like, take what it gives you. Don't try to make it do nothing more than what it's designed to do. Okay, RB89, built for kind of the high friction houses. Again, and this is a good coaching point too. Good coaching point. Usually when stuff is built for friction, it's snappier. But in this case, they're saying is a lot of times the big ASIMs are not built for friction. And what happens is, when I mean by big ASIM, I mean the low RGs, the ones that get revved up really, really fast, and it kind of like just kapoots when it gets down lane. What they're saying is now we have a big ASIM bowling ball that you can use on friction, that you don't have to worry about it flat tinting or going straight. Again, that design intent and that ellipse AI core is a little bit more, it has a little bit more continuous properties than the natural ASIM. Okay, so that's a really good coach for us. So keep that in mind. Now you have a big ASIM that you can use on the friction to where like unlike my RSC Hyperdrive, unlike my Gym, unlike my Ion Max, things of that nature, where you have those bigger ASIMs that, you know, where the cover stock is strong as well. So you got strong on strong, and then on friction, it's gonna cancel itself out. Shouts out to D Fields, man. That's one of my bowling coaches. That was one of the hymns. That was one of him. So. And what's good about that last one, I kind of leaked it wide, so I never hit what I wanted to hit. So, but let's Belmo one, roll it, and let's get it through 20. Whew. That's not bad. Smooth, predictable motion. Again, everything ain't always fume, you know, standing over here and then throwing it over here and then hoping it come back over here. Nah, everything ain't that. Sometimes you need that smooth, round, predictable motion. You know, straighter is greater. Excuse me. Straighter is greater. So sometimes where you don't have to hook the whole lane. So to be able to control the pocket and have something that you can read, but it has the energy to be able to finish from those angles at that speed and that hand position that I'm playing with. And at the same time, if you got to get right and you can kind of you can flex your hand out a little bit and put the mustard on it, as I like to say, and you know it's not going to jump off on you. You know, it's going to be right there. So. Yeah, man. I'm gonna throw a couple more, then we're gonna get into the comparison. Like I said, we got a lot to unravel today, so let's keep going. I do see this as a great first ball for house for sure. Like not too strong. Something very readable. Very readable. Like it's like you know what it's gonna do. Like I actually like this. I like this. I like it. Control, big ASIM, slow motion, you know what I'm saying? Slow motion better than no motion. Remember that, that's free game, actually, that's free game. In the sense of, it's like, the limits too, like, it's very versatile at the same time. I'm not saying all bowling balls are versatile, I know I said that, but at the same time, you see where it's not quitting, where most ASIMs, we're gonna tap into that, will quit. So, this is kind of cool, so let's keep going. Well, let's go even more. Let's see how far left we can get. Got far out the Belmo. I like that one, it didn't deflect though. And I kind of hooked it right in the oil. Like I hooked it right up in there and it didn't deflect. So it tells me if I probably would have hit the pocket, it probably would have split the 8-9. So that's not bad, I want to see something. I want to give one a business. I want to put some mustard on it. I want to see how it reacts. I want to see if it kind of spins up and burn out or what happened. Let's see. That's not bad for a big ASIM. Again, I gave that one some business and I got a stone 9-pin. So that's a good sign. Like it shows you how versatile it is. Where some of the big ASIMs, if you give them the business, it's kind of blah when it gets down lane. So I actually like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So first and foremost, get into comparison. First and foremost, I got to compare it to the Origin, man. This is my boy. Listen. Got to compare it to this because I guess it wouldn't be right. See how they differ. Again, big shout out to one of my coaches from back in Georgia, D Fields, man. He helped me with a lot. So Surface is huge. Surface is a huge component in bowling balls. So, and what we're dealing with right now with these two bowling balls, the original Origin and then the Origin EX is we have cover stocks, a big cover stock difference. No, I'm not gonna say big, but we got a cover stock difference. Stronger cover stock, RB93, okay? Weaker cover stock, RB89. 2000 grit surface, hybrid polish, okay? That's important because that lets you know when and where and how and when things are gonna hook, when things are gonna turn, how long stuff is gonna skid, how long stuff is gonna hook, how long stuff is gonna roll. That plays a big part in like either balling down, balling up, or when to use a bowling ball in certain conditions, okay? I'm gonna put these down. So, as we saw, Origin EX comes 2000 grit solid, straight up solid, okay? And then we have now the original one, the original Origin, which is a hybrid, okay? 2-part pearl, 1 part solid, but it comes polished, okay? If something is sanded, usually you want to use that in more of the beginning parts of, you know, like let's say for example the Origin EX, I'll probably use the Origin EX in house my first ball, okay? And then when I want something that's kind of strong, and yes, the RB93 is a strong cover stock, but then again, it's tamed down because again, the surface on the bowling ball is polished, it's weaker. The cover stock is stronger. The cover stock, this is really good. This is free game. The surface is is what you touch on the bowling ball, but the cover stock is underneath, okay? Underneath that surface. What do I mean? The surface of this Origin is 2000 grit sanded, but the cover stock underneath that surface is RB89. The surface of this Origin, it comes polished, okay? Power edge polish. But the cover stock underneath that surface, this polish, is RB93, stronger. Now, what that does is it tames it down to where it goes a little longer, okay? And surface prep is huge in the sport of bowling. This is free game, okay? So with that being said, my Origin EX will be something I'll probably use game 1 in-house. Game 1, 1.5, depending, let me say this. Again, you can use any ball all 3 games. It's a matter of, you know, which one's gonna give you the most miss room, which one is gonna give you the higher carry percentage. We know that. But we're just saying the average league bowler does this. They go, that's my game 1 ball, that's my game 2 ball, that's my game 3. Or they go, that's my game 1, game 2 ball, got my game 3 ball, okay? We're gonna stick on that sense, even though that's bad coaching. But we're just saying, my Origin EX for me will be my game 1. Controllable, I can play here, burn up a track. Then I will go into my original Origin, where I will kind of step left, because we're going to see how they differ from each other. Where I will step left and then swing it and bounce it off that friction spot that I just made. Okay, so that's huge. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's get into the Origin. Let's get the comparison. Let's look at the shape and let's see how they differ. And then again, I don't think I will stay on this one too long because it's kind of self-explanatory. So, but let's get into it anyway. Let's find the pocket with the original Origin. Let's see what happens. Yes. Let me throw it. I just want to throw that some more. Can I throw that some more? Let me throw it again. All right, so found the pocket with the Origin. As you see, the shape stores a little bit more energy, has a little bit more angle down lane, a little quicker off the spot. It's not as round, it's not as, it is continuous because it still has that ellipse AI core. Let's have a later reaction, as whereas the Origin EX is more of a banana shape. The original Origin is more of a skid, hook, flip kind of thing. Still continuous though, big ASIM, still a big ASIM, but again, we talk about that surface prep into the cover stock. That surface prep is what tames down the cover stock. That's important. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the same shot with the Origin EX that I was standing with the original Origin. I don't think, we'll see though, we'll see. I don't think it's gonna, if it does strike, it's not gonna have the same shape. But I don't think it's gonna be able to carry like it did with that Origin. But we'll see, let's check it out. I threw that a little wide. So, different shapes, different shapes. Now, what I bet is, if I crack the surface on that original origin, you're gonna see a huge difference of where the original origin picks up just a little earlier, okay? That was actually really good. That ball is very versatile. It's a sleeper. It's really versatile. Then, like, yes, it's smooth and controlled, but like, it gets there and it finishes there. That's important. A lot of bowling balls don't get there and finish there. They get there and bounce off over there, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Let's try to get one in the oil. Let's try to get, like, push it out, like in to out. Let's see what happens. All right, amplified inertia. But as you see, that ball is not made. Yes, can you? Of course. But the 10 pin was like hanging on, okay? That was me kind of coming in and pushing it out and see if we will make it back. With the origin, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm sure that was gonna kind of go out there and it's gonna have enough energy to come back and kick that 10 pin out without it being late. So let's try that. Ooh, wrap 10. Again, that would have a little bit more energy at the pocket, so I would have to give it a little bit more room so we can come in and finish kick that 10 pin out. But as you see, two different kind of 10 pins. Yes, one struck, yes, but what's important is you got to be able to read those strikes as well. That 10 pin that went on the last one was late. That one was a wrap 10. That tells me my bowling ball still has energy. So I'm gonna make an adjustment. I'm gonna push the ball just a little bit wider, and let's see if it kicks that 10 pin out flush. All right, so let's try to get one out there. Get it to pick up from the rock. Again, this is good. This is good stuff, y'all. Listen, again, that 10 pin didn't go out late on that one, the original origin, like it did the origin EX. Okay, the origin EX from that angle, yes, you can strike from there. Now let me say this: can I slow my speed down to get the ball to face up a little bit? Absolutely, I can. But you know, that's where we get into that, like, how much changes we got to make to strike. You know, okay, can we get comfortable? Can we stand there and execute a shot? It's a house shot, you know. Now again, if we're dealing with sports shot, of course, absolutely. Yeah, yes, we have, you know, at times where we have to, you know, make some adjustments, hand position, feet position, speed, angles on it. Yes, that plays a big factor. But again, we talk about a house shot, you feel me? If we talk about a house shot, which one's gonna give me the most room for error? Okay? The origin, the original origin, because of the surface prep, not saying the new origin EX can't, but again, from that angle, it'll be struggle. It would be, I'll be making it tough where I can just move right with the origin EX and then have the pocket and then have now a more wider miss room than I would trying to stay out this far left. So that was a good coach point. So let's, next, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna ball up a little bit more. I'm gonna go to the gym and the RC Hyperdrive, okay? Because I had a lot of people asking me how do they compare, how do they stack up against that, the Physics Blackout, the XL. So this is gonna be, this is really good to see. So first thing first, I'm gonna go to the gym because the gym is similar-ish to the Ion Max. I don't have my Ion Max with me. I know bad L's in the chat for somebody. L's in the chat. But I would get to comparing surfaces. Now, core numbers around fairly the same. I think the Origin EX core is probably just a little bit bigger. Asymmetrical wise, that's a 020. I mean, yeah, 020. And then the gym, I want to say is like a 017. Depends. It's somewhere in there. But the gym has a stronger surface cover stock in the micro tracks. Chuggy, my beach ball, again, the season is gonna be very, very chuggy. A lot of traction, low RG. And then I have the RC Hyperdrive, same cover stock, same surface prep, higher RG. So this is good stuff, man. I'm telling y'all better subscribe. So let's find the pocket with the gym, okay? Beach ball. Pocket found. Tell you what I did. I actually bumped like 10 boards right. Found the pocket because, like I said, that's my sports shot. I don't need stuff like that. You don't really need that for house. Now, can you use it? Yes, you can use it, y'all. I'm not saying you can't use it, but again, like it's that house shot. That's a lot of traction. You're gonna start 10 pinning, and you're gonna be looking at your buddy saying, "Oh, I would have shot better if I would have let so many 10 pins." The average league bowler, right? So now I'm gonna go to the Origin EX, stand in the same spot, and let's see what happens. Okay? Again, that was bumping 10 boards right. So let's hit the same spot, see what happens. All right. okay? That's what I expected. Again, the gym, stronger cover stock, micro tracks, high traction, core, low RG, it's rolling, it's going. Again, that's why I call it the beach ball. So I expected that's good to see that cover stock on the Origin EX is weaker than the bigger ASIMs, you know, things of that nature. So now I'm gonna go to the RSC Hyperdrive. Now the RSC Hyperdrive is higher RG, so it's gonna store just a little bit more energy. However, it still has that micro tracks cover stock. So we're gonna see that pick up a little bit, but it's gonna have this just a little bit of shape. So I feel shape-wise, it could be similar, but however, that cover stock is still, that surface is still touching the lane. That's important. So let's throw the RC Hyperdrive and let's see where it stack up, all right? All right, so I'm gonna throw the RC Hyperdrive from the same spot I just threw the gym and the new Origin EX. This is gonna take off. Listen, that's SRT, man. SRT, red eye, red key, man. Hey, that ball, that's my favorite ball. Hey, that was my favorite ball. All right, as y'all saw though, so I'm gonna have to bump left with that ball. Again, that right there is high traction, high reaction, for sure. Like that's a, sheesh. Again, if people knew what ball motion and ball burning up was like, they'll know how to use it. Just saying. So, let me bump left with that. So let's go left. From the way that just looked, I'm going super far left. I'm gonna go ahead and jump like 10 boards, 15 boards actually. Let's see. Now, it struck, yes. Again, that cover stock is strong, but the surface is the same, yes. The surface is the same, 2000. But what's under that surface? What cover stock lays there? That's what people don't take into account when looking at a bowling ball. And a lot of people, a lot of times they just want the name. There's some people that's gonna buy the Origin EX just off the name. And it's a good name, it's a good core. Does great things. The original Origin was great, you know. Now the Origin EX, we cover stock solid base, and we kind of saw that coming, but now, again, off the name. So for me to strike consistently with the RSC, based on the conditions of a house shot, I would then have to manipulate my hand, slow the speed down, you know, just to get the ball to kind of go through the pocket at a higher carry percentage, if that makes sense. Yes, that struck, but confident that that'll happen again? No, I'm bound to leave something. The ball deflected because it was burning up. Okay, for you content creators out there, you have to know ball motion. Okay, but anybody, it's nothing about content creators. Okay, for a teaching moment, the ball was burning up. Okay, what I'm gonna do is to make it look better. I'm going to tweak my hand position. I am going to slow the speed down just to get it to face up and go through the pocket and split the 8-9. Just for the sake of coaching and teaching points. Okay? Then strike. But as you saw, it did not deflect. That one kind of kept driving because I had to slow the speed down. But that's what we get into. Remember I was talking about what gives you the most room for mistakes and gives you the most room for errors. Again, if I have to do that, I have to be perfect. And the RSC Hyperdrive does drive, and it's very hyper. All right, so that was good, that was good. So now we're gonna get into that middle ground. This is what a lot of people really wanna see. They wanna see the physics blackout, the XL, how they stack up. And like I said, big shout out to my boy, Dante Washington back in Georgia. We talk all the time, and with the Origin EX, and the 900 Global, what they're doing is they're filling gaps. Okay, RB 93, RB 89, RB 83. Some stuff's come out, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fill that gap between there. You know what I'm saying? Because RB 89 and 83 is still a bit, you know, and they may go even lower, okay? So filling gaps. But in the whole SBI catalog, now we have S2, Physics Blackout, XL, and now Origin EX, okay? Now, different cover stocks, different names, different RGs and the cores. So now we get into that splitting hairs, okay? Do I think you need all of them for a house shot? No, I don't. Now, if you're on sport, each of them may serve a certain purpose. Because I know the Physics Blackout has the NEX cover stock, which is the strongest Pearl cover stock that we have. And then in the XL, I want to say that cover stock was equivalent to the IQ. And if I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. But I think it was equivalent to the IQ. So that one's not as strong, and that one's not going to be as early. And then also, the RG on that, the RG is actually higher than the rest of those two. So again, let me throw the Physics Blackout. I think the Physics Blackout shape-wise is the one that's kind of most similar to the Origin EX. And I think the XL kind of has just a little bit more pop because it's a little more weaker to me. I think the XL is just a little more weaker cover stock-wise. So it kind of like, if there's too much oil, it won't see it in a sense. or it may see it and check up. So that's what the Fizz Blackout, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, like I said, I got the Fizz Blackout here. Fizz Blackout. These don't smell good too. And this is a sanded pearl. Sanded pearl. Okay. Now all pearls got to be polished. That's deep. And not all solids got to be sanded. Got it? But that's free game. All right. See it? It's very similar. However, that cover stock was so strong that it saw it, it reacted, it was nice and smooth, predictable, but it deflected in the pocket a little bit. Again, that cover stock, that's a low RG, strong cover stock, sanded, 2000 grit, again. And that one has some games on it, so probably got like a little lane shine, but however, you still got to see where it didn't finish, where the Origin EX finished a little bit from that spot. So, and now I'm gonna go to the XL, throw the XL in the same spot. The XL may go just a little longer and make storage a little more energy and not deflect, so let's see. I'm gonna throw that one again. I don't think I threw that great. See what happens. Now, again, see, this is important. This is coaching points. I just threw Origin EX, Fizz Blackout, and the XL in the same spot. They all struck. The Origin EX had a little bit more energy from that spot. The Fizz Blackout struck nice and smooth, struck early, bowling ball, predictable, but that deflected. The XL, which is weaker, higher RG, still big ASIM, still a big ASIM, but cover stock is weaker, stores a little bit more energy because it has a higher RG. That one split the 8-9, okay? This is good stuff. So again, it's all about, you're kind of like splitting hairs, okay? I don't have an S2 to compare to, and I don't have an absolute power. But I do see why they compare it to those, for sure, especially the absolute power. I think core numbers is very similar. I do believe the cover stock on that, I think that was R2S Deep, and the R2S is already clean, so the R2S Deep is probably maybe a cleaner cover stock, so I'm assuming that's weaker than the Origin EX. I think that's kind of more in the realm of the cover stock wise, like the XL. But the XL has a higher RG, so that's a totally different weight block, okay? But as far as like shape-wise, I do see that it's very, very similar to the Fizz Blackout. I just think it has a little bit more energy because it's weaker front to back than the Fizz Blackout, all right? So let's throw the OG EX a little bit more. This is good stuff, man. Y'all better appreciate me. Y'all better subscribe. This is good stuff. I got that little wide. It don't matter. It don't matter. Like again, man. Origin EX, man. May 16th, bro. Just go get one, bro. Just go get it. If you didn't get absolute power, you didn't get XL, you didn't get the Fizz Blackout, go get this. Go get it, bro. Trust me. Trust me. Again, straighter is greater anyway. You don't need to be trying to swing the whole line. You can't even control it. All right, let me stop. That was mean. That was too much. That was a little absurd. I was a little absurd. Amplify inertia. Man. And I tugged that one. That was good to see that. I tugged that. And all right, guys, that's one last ball that I want to compare this to. There's actually two, but I don't have one of them with me. So the Rockstar and the Ion Pro, okay? In reference to the Rockstar, I think this is a great step up from the Rockstar. I think you can have the Origin EX game 1, game 2, or things of nature. That can be your first ball out the bag in house, or sports shot, depending on, the shot that you throw on. And I think that you can ball down to the Rockstar. The Rockstar is a weaker surface. The Rockstar is a weaker cover stock. So symmetrical, be a little bit more continuous, of course, way more continuous properties. So I think it's the perfect for that. So I don't have my Rockstar to show it, but I stand behind that. I guarantee it. But I have the Ion Pro. And the reason I wanted to compare it to my Ion Pro, Because what I feel is, I feel like that mind you, this is an ASIM as well. Mild ASIM, not as big, of course. And also, the cover stock is actually weaker. This is a step under the Phase 2. Or is it the Phase 2? I think it's the Phase 2 cover stock, but it's like a mild baby ASIM. But the surface prep is, I think it comes at like 4,000, okay? With that being said, and it still smells good. With that being said, it's the shape of the Ion Pro that it gives me. The properties that it has is like a gradual, like climb up the hill. But it's not a gradual climb up the hill like it's like chugging or it's like it's burning up. It's just the I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like my Ion Pro is like I don't swing it as much. I play straighter angles. I don't play straight, but I play straighter angles. And what I see it, when it goes 10 back flush, there's a gradual climb up the hill. I see the same thing in the Origin EX. So what I'm gonna do is, maybe it's me, maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna find the pocket with the Ion Pro. Okay, with the conditions, I'm just gonna find the pocket. I'm not gonna try to strike from the same point like I usually do other ones, but I just want y'all to see the shape. Maybe I'm tripping. If I'm wrong, maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna throw it. Let's throw it. All right, so with the Ion Pro, I'm gonna have to go just a skosh, right? And let y'all see what I see. Way more energy, of course, I know y'all, but y'all see the same thing I see? It's kind of like a gradual, like it's like nothing sharp, nothing like drastic. For that to be a low diff ball, and a higher surface, it's not as, you know, it's not as drastic. It's like gradual, and as it's going up the hill, it's like going downhill up the hill. Meaning like the energy is like it's there to finish, and that one kept going. So y'all see the same? No, it's stretch. All right. So I'm gonna throw a couple a little bit more with the Origin EX, and then also I'll probably throw some a little more with the regular Origin, and then we'll close this thing out. No, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. See how versatile it is. How smooth. See what that do. Ooh. Amplified inertia. Inertia. That's his limits, I'm not gonna lie, it's past his limits. So I'm gonna go back right, give it the old heater McJeter. Not the heater McJeter, I ain't gonna give it the heater McJeter, I'm just gonna throw a good shot. Oh, no, that won't, nothing good about that shot. That was nothing good about that shot. But, you know, it's, 900 global big G, again, room for error. Free game. This ball, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably usually start this off in house and let the ball take me left. Deflected a little bit. I got that a little wide, but it finished. I ain't mad at it. Take 12 of those too. And then, like, I hope y'all saw, like, in my quick six, like, man, it was. The quick six, I'm not gonna lie, if y'all don't have time to, like, sit through the whole bar review, kind of get the ill spiel, which I'd rather you do. But if you don't, man, the quick six is a good to kind of see, like, where I'm striking from, like, how is it finishing throughout the pins? And plants flying every which way. If I can go right off of that. I do think as this ball starts to lane shine, it gets a little better for sure. So let's try to find some oil to the left. Ooh. Man. Chest a little left. Origin EX, man. And think about it, guys. Like, look, she flares. She definitely flares, for sure. She flares. Man, it don't hit like a truck. My original Origin do the same thing. It's that boy, that lips, I like that. They SPI, 900 big G. Y'all did your thing with that one, for sure. Origin next. Origin next. I like that. Let's build on one. Let's build on one before we get to the outro. See what happens. See what happens. One more. That one ain't count. That was a little wonky. This is a good one. Gotta get a good one. Let's get a good one. All right, y'all. Let's get to the outro. All right, guys, there y'all have it. The full review of the brand new Origin the Origin EX by 900 Global, AKA Big G. Big G, as y'all see, I like to call him Big G. Man, so again, we got a predictable, smooth, big ASIM, continuous, asymmetrical core, nice, slow, nothing too quick. Reads the lane very well, very predictable ball motion, something that you can read from front to back. Again, when we talk about strong bowling balls and then strength, remember that strength is front to back, not how quick it gets off the spot. Weaker bowling balls quick to get off the spot, depending on based on surface prep, things of that nature, but I like it. Again, RB89 cover stock. We have what, 247 RG. Again, I throw 16 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all weight up out there. No, I'm joking. So mine is a 247 RG 050 diff with a 020 int diff. Remember, ASIM has the 3 specs of measurement. So I like it, man. I think it's a great cousin to my original Origin. I think my original Origin is a great ball. I still love it to this day. Nice, clean. It picks up a little bit. It's not super clean, but it's cleaner than the surface one. But picks up a little bit. Nice off the spot, continuous shape. I'm not gonna say continuous, but continues through the pins, very nice. And to have a solid version of that with a weaker cover stock, I think that's great for like house. I think actually when you want to come out the gate, and again, a lot of people like throw they Ion Maxes, they RC hyperdrive, things of nature, but like this is great. Even like for my wife, she loves her RST, her SRT, but she loves her RST. So like, you know, sometimes that burns up. Again, that Microtrax cover stock is a big traction cover stock, so that tends to burn up sometimes. So I think she'll love this piece right above her Rockstar. Y'all know how she feels about Rockstar. So she'll have something right up under her RST, but above her Rockstar that she can get into. And if other people out there, you got the Ion Pro, if you got the Rockstar, things of that nature, this is a good game one ball piece for me. I like it. Again, it's not too weak. It's not like the Zen 25, which is the RB83, but I like it. And again, today, y'all got a good comparison. We compared it to the XL, the Faces Blackout, the Ion Pro, the Gem, and the RC Hyperdrive. So big spectrum of things. Like I said, it's splitting hairs. It is splitting hairs to some degree. It's all about shape and what ball motion you want to see. All right, guys, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll get y'all way more content out there, man. Again, big shout out to my PSO. Man, I'm gonna start a movement. Respect my PSO, man. Hashtag respect my PSO. Big shout out to my PSO, Andrew DeJames, for taking care of me, my wife, and everybody in this area bowling ball needs. Pause. But man, he'll get you right, man. Again, that 1-800 get you right for sure. That's not the phone number, y'all. Don't call that number. So yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I got a surprise on the way. I got a partnership I'm about to partner with, and we got some merch about to drop. I'm not gonna name drop right now, but he'll definitely be in the next video for sure. Y'all know in the next video for sure. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. We almost there. We almost at that 1,000 follower mark, and yeah, man. Always remember, new frame, new game. All right, peace.
Same grind, same time, stay positive, y'all. Ain't trying to link, yeah. If there won't be no profit involved, let's put our heads together, get a master plan to get a stacking bands. Or every time you need to hold some cash, you wanna ask your mans.